what's up, and welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a good or great day. Today, we're going to be talking about Transformers: Rise of the Freaking Beast. Now, I know sometimes when we talk about Transformers, there are these cliches that are inevitable. Cliche number one is Optimus Prime and his speech. His voice is very epic, but he says the most cliche things, and sometimes it makes me cringe. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. Considering the fact that the entire movie was great for me to watch, I did watch... Hey, wait. Spoilers, so I'm about to ruin this movie if you haven't watched it. So if you haven't, please stop, go download it and watch it, and that would be beneficial to you. So, just heads up, because there are a whole lot of spoilers coming your way. So now let's start with the fact that B died. Yes, he dies a very tragic and sorrowful death, which makes me feel sad. And there are a lot of instances where I thought they were going to kill off some characters, but then I realized it's 1994. If they're sticking to the actual timeline of events, if B dies, that means the number of movies that follow never exist in the first place, which is impossible. So, and since we're dealing with these people, and the Transformers have never actually agreed to a multiverse, but they have agreed to multiple dimensions. So it's obviously a little bit different, which makes it, a whole lot cooler. But, so let's start from the beginning, all right? Talking about every single moment in the Rise of the Beast movie. Now, we start at the beginning where we have one particular person that I can't remember his name. I think his name was Miguel. Was it Miguel? I'm racist, so it's probably that. It's not that. But yeah, so we have the main character who has a brother and a family, actually just a mother. And what he's doing is actually quite fascinating. He's taking care of his family. He's trying to find a job. He's trying to keep his family in check. Take care of them. Take care of his mom. All of which seems really cool. But then we realize he does not get the job, and his brother has some sort of sickness. All of which is very devastating. Obviously. But we're talking about a Transformers universe where everything is taken care of if you are a giant robot. And so with that comes the opportunity for him to make amends. But before that, he decides to get himself in this sort of black guy, Mexican guy relationship. Yeah, but I guess that's also racist because I can assume where he's from. So all of this is just gonna be really racist, so please bear with me. So he partners up with the bad guy so he can go steal a car. They go sell the car and they're gonna get a lot of money. That is the idea behind their heist. So they get the car, which is a really cool car, by the way. But the car is actually a Transformer, so when he takes it, it also gets a signal from Optimus Prime that something, the time swap, it's the warp. The thingy that lets them travel different dimensions. Apparently, there is another doohickey in the Transformers universe that can help Transformers move across different planes of dimensions. Different universes. And so that thing beams up a light in the sky, which can only be seen by Transformers. They find it, and Optimus Prime is trying to get his entire gang together so that they can go and retrieve it, so that they can find their way home. Now, they're not the only people after this, because if you watch the beginning, you realize that there is a character called Scourge that has been tasked with finding new planets for Unicron to feed on. He's also coming after the damn thing, and he's not letting anyone get in his way because he's really ruthless and he's a badass, and I think we found another person I might actually have fallen in love with. But eventually he's gonna get killed by Optimus Prime. Everything's a little scattered, but let's go back to the part where they have to chase after that shit. So yes, he comes into contact with other Transformers, the protagonists of the show. Alright, he talks to Optimus Prime, he talks to Mirage, who is currently sitting next to Bumblebee in terms of the Transformers that I like. I mean, you'd think I put Optimus Prime at the very top, but Optimus Prime is only famous for his great speeches and looking awesome, you know, when he fights. That didn't really get much done in this movie. I feel as if they were trying as much as possible not to put the spotlight on Optimus Prime and just make him a generic character that is just there, you know. I am Optimus Prime and I come up with amazing speeches, but I'm not gonna do that in this show because I'm trying to give some sort of spotlight to Mirage and possibly Bumblebee, because he kind of dies in the middle of the whole thing. Yeah, so, in the beginning of the whole thing. So what happens is that he agrees that since that place is, you know, human infested, they're gonna have to let him go over there, go get that shit, and get back. Now there's some side characters who are given worth and allowed to analyze that thingy that helps them to transport different dimensions. They let her analyze it and realize that it's not actually a totem, but it's actually something that is not of this world. Like Young Titan World. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Why did I fit that in? So anyways, we realized that the protagonist actually agrees to it, and he's like, okay, because he makes a deal with Mirage, and that if everything goes smoothly, Mirage will turn himself into one of the latest kind of cars. He gets to sell that car, he makes a fortune of it, and the person gets swindled out of money, so it's not really a great thing too. So it's kind of dark, but it's how this is the happy ending for the person who is financially struggling. Anyways, he goes there, he tries to go get it, but the girl who's analyzing it realizes that, oh my god, he looks like a thief coming to steal from me. So she tries to run away, but he tries to pick up the pace, and right as they were just getting themselves into a romantic run through, Scourge finds them, and Scourge sends out his minions, who he can create from his own body apparently, and they chase after him. They try and get him, but they can't. And I would assume things that don't really run on energy foods, or like they don't need to eat because they're robots, I would assume that they'd have more mobility to actually stop mid-20s girl and guy, because the girl falls down multiple times. She walks slowly one time, and it never even killed him. It's like it liked the chase so much it did not kill them, which makes no sense, because Scourge wasn't like, go play with your food. No, he was like, go and kill them. Go and kill them, you know, just kill them and get it. So I kind of feel like it was a little bit unfair that it happened that way. But yeah, I guess we don't really have a choice, do we? Yeah, so that's basically how it happened. Totally. There's no other way this could have happened. So now, sorry, I lost track of it. I always lose track when people get too close to me. Sorry, I think I don't like it when people touch me very much. Wow, you are releasing too much. What is releasing? Shut up. Okay, back to the story, or to the review. So actually it's a recap? I think it's a recap. We're gonna call it a recap, aren't we? Recap versus review. Which one makes sense? Let's just get into it, okay? So, after we realized that Scourge is also after them, they kind of like break out, but the minions of Scourge don't exactly kill them. And he blows a hole through the wall. Yeah, okay, we're already past that. So what is happening right now is that the Autobots converge. They try to stop the whole mayhem that Scourge is causing, but they don't win. And this is where I say that Optimus Prime, who's supposed to be amazing at battles, you know, he's the one that came with such an awesome scene that made me keep it for the rest of my life. The part where he says, "You'll never stop at one. I'll take you all on." And then boom, he goes into a raging fit. He beats the shit out of every single Decepticon that comes through his way and almost wins, but he dies in the end. But that was such an epic scene because he killed so many people in that scene. Well, I guess he's still a rookie because this is 1994, so he's still working out the kinks of becoming super awesome. So I guess I get it now. At first I was like, no, Optimus Prime, you're supposed to be doing better because you did so amazing in the sequels. But now I think about it, the timeline is just right. So anyways, Optimus Prime fights Scourge. He doesn't win. Bumblebee also steps in to get a taste of that fighting, but he dies because Scourge holds him up and shoots him in the heart, and his spark is gone. But apparently, Energon can bring back a Transformer from the dead, which means any fight that they have, they can still win it. Which kind of makes me wonder, you know, Ironhide turned to rot. Like he rusted and died. But couldn't they have just, I don't know, Energon boost, boom, alive, right? No, I guess not. But I guess, so we're going through the entire thing and we realize that Optimus Prime doesn't really trust the humans. And not only that, but the protagonist wants to destroy that shit that can allow them to travel through dimensions. Now, Optimus Prime is trying his very best to get a hold of that so that they can go back to Cybertron. But things are not looking so good for them. Do you know why? Well, because Scourge fights them and he gets a piece of that shit. I hope I'm saying it right. Yeah, but he gets a piece of it, and now he's going to send it back to his master, who's Unicron. He sends it back to him, but there's just one small problem. That is only one piece of the key, or the thingy that helps him. Oh, God, I hate that sound. So, anyways, Scourge is, beaten up bad. I think Unicron is displeased, so he kicks his ass a little bit and tells him that if he doesn't do what he's told and get the other piece, he's gonna destroy him. Kind of makes me feel sorry for Scourge because he looked so badass in the beginning and he had so many minions, and all of a sudden now he's just a lackey who is being punished because he didn't do a good enough job. Now I would assume that after all this time of no progress, Unicron would be happy. Oh, my good servant, you got one piece, it's left with the other. Don't fret. I've been waiting for like a long time so I could take a chill pill. So you just get the other piece and we can vibe along and go back to the way things were. I be chewing up worlds and you be getting powers from me. So shit like that. Yeah, but at least I know the names now. So let's just go back to the story. So what happens now is that we get Optimus Prime trying to figure out a way to get the other piece, which in my opinion is a bad idea because we're talking about another piece. If they put that piece back together, they can go back to their home. But if Scourge gets it, he gets to send it to his boss Unicron, and that's gonna spell out disaster for the rest of the world because let's face it, once he gets his hands on it, he's gonna start feeding it on planets. And every Energon-rich planet is going to be in danger, especially Earth, because Earth has Energon too. for some reason. I mean, it's part of the story. So what happens now is very simple. They decide to go to Puerto Rico. Yeah, because Puerto Rico is where they have the other piece, and they're trying to find it. So they go over there. Scourge also goes over there, so there's a little bit of a chase. And then they try to find it. They go to the place. It's not there, and they're freaking out. But they say, okay, someone else has it, so we're just going to go through the woods and find someone who knows more about it. So I'm guessing that's where they ended up. So they end up in forests that are around that place. But here's the twist. The Maximals, the really crazy ones. Oh my God, just give me a second. So Airazor is part of the Maximals, and she finds Optimus Prime after he got his ass whooped by Scourge and got one of his subordinates killed by Scourge. Now, Airazor is a really cool person, and I know that voice from everywhere. She's the Asian lady I fell in love with. No, she usually makes movies with Jet Li, and I really like her. And her voice is so distinctive and so cool. It has just this sense of eloquence. If you watch Asians Richest or something like that, like Rich Asians, yes. That's where you see her. She's the mother of the protagonist. No, not the mother of one of the guys who was supposed to marry the girl, and I'm just going out of context. Let's get back to the movie. So what happens now is pretty simple. Airazor shows them the direction to Puerto Rico, but it's also figured out by the girl, and they're asked what they want to do. Now, under normal circumstances, when you're dealing with just a stranger who stumbled upon a Transformer, the question you'd be asking them is, how far away do you want to run from us? Not, are you in or out? Because if I find out that they're Transformer robots that have their own war and own lives going on, I would not want to meddle with them. Because if they get into a fight, even one of those scrap metals can just kill me by going through me. And that's not something I'm looking forward to as a goal in life. So yeah, I'm gonna back down. But they asked the girl and the guy if they're in or out, and they say they're in. They want to prove that their lives mean something, and they want to do something for the universe, which is kind of cool, but also at the same time it's suicidal. And anyone who agrees to that is kind of crazy as well. But let's finish with this review before it gets any longer, shall we? So technically we have the entire movie going to a state where we find other Maximals. Now, Optimus Primal seems to be the only person. He and Airazor seem to be the only people that talk a lot in this. The rest of them just scream out their Maximal voice things, and that's it, basically. But they look awesome, though. They look good for the background. I kind of thought that Cheetor would speak more, but he only apologized to Mirage, and that was it. Kind of like a bummer. But yeah, so we get to group up with the Maximals, and it all seems very great and everything. And then we realize, rewind a little bit. Scourge gets to go on a round 2 with Optimus Prime. And Optimus Prime promises him that he is going to kill him. He's going to kill Scourge, which is awesome because the first round wasn't really good to Optimus Prime's favor. And I guess we're going to assume that Optimus Prime is going to kill Scourge. How that was going to happen, I didn't know, but I got to find out soon enough. So yeah, now we get to find out that Optimus Primal, named after the famous Optimus Prime, was actually the one who took the, that key thing. He took it away from the tomb and he put it in the care of human beings, as if that was a better trade-off. Even though I kind of feel like, oh yeah, if they could have easily broken into that place, it kind of makes sense they took it out of there. But it wouldn't have made a difference if those humans would grow and get wary, and they think that they could sell it off for a fortune, but can't trust human beings. So I guess Optimus Primal's objectives were kind of like inconclusive. Anyways, from what we gathered, we realized that Airazor has been affected with something that Scourge did. He threw some shit at her while she was airborne, and it corrupted her-ish. I don't know. It's kind of like unclear. But I didn't know that Scourge could do that. But everything he touches apparently gets corrupted. And it kind of broke my heart, because Airazor was so awesome. There was swords poking out of her wings when she was flying around, and she's got that air laser thing that comes out of her mouth. Wait, the laser thing like shoots out of her mouth, and it's like so powerful. So it kind of like killed me that it corrupted her, and Optimus Primal had to take down his own kind. And since there were not many of them, it was really a big sacrifice that he had to make. And it actually broke my heart when I saw that scene where he was hugging Airazor and she was just going batshit crazy. It just really hurt me that he had to make a sacrifice. If it was a human scene or human moment, that would have been the moment where killing the person breaks you so much that you're crying, but you're supposed to do your job so that you can save the rest of them. And that was very crazy to watch, at least. Sad. I would have cried if my eyes weren't so dry. So, now I think the hard choice had to be made. Maybe it's not exactly the best option that they had, but it seems like it was the only way to go. Now, after that battle, actually, Scourge had both of the pieces of the key. And now he was gonna bring about his boss, destroy everything, and let the entire world end. Because that's his shtick. That's his MO, people. But yeah, I mean, they're not gonna take it. They come up with it's some corny shit. But I guess Optimus Prime is still getting the hang of being the whole leader and being super cool and everything, so he doesn't really land the speech as well as he used to, because the corny shit still got to me, man. It was cheesy as fuck, but his heart was in the right place, and that's what matters, at least for me. I don't know about the rest of you. Maybe you couldn't stand to watch what he was saying or how he was saying it. But we can still acknowledge that he's got an epic voice. It's just that the things that you were saying was kind of like, I don't really love it. But I mean, it's Optimus Prime in 1994. He's not really developed, so you're gonna have to cut him some slack. So, so they all agree that they're gonna partner up. Yeah, Maximals, Autobots come together. And, I don't know, I mean, there were some epic scenes, when Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime come together and say, Autobots, Maximals, transform. They say something like that. I mean, the time that they say it together is really epic and really cool. It's just one of those moments where things might change, like things turned around for the better. So I gotta say, it's really cool. It was really cool, actually. It was really amazing. It was amazing for the most part, actually. So yeah, we deal with the fact that they're going to have to fight Scourge, and Scourge is on the verge of giving Unicron everything he wants. Now we know that Bumblebee is dead, quote unquote, but he can be revived with a boost of Energon, so they say. And so the boost of Energon comes when that beam thing that, the CGI beam thing that always happens in superhero movies, that thing goes up and it comes down, and then suddenly there is a burst of energy. Technically, from what the Puerto Rican Transformers said, it needs to be activated by turning the state of the Energon from inert to active, apparently. Yeah, I wonder was the Puerto Rican Transformer that said that, or was the giant bird, the giant air transformer that can totally put Optimus Prime inside him. That's wrong in every way possible, but we're talking about Transformer movies, so it's not hurting anybody. Oh shit. Anyways, the battle commences. They all go in, they all transform. That's the only time I see Optimus Primal transform into this beautiful Maximal. He's standing tall. He looks epic. And I'm thinking, why exactly do you consider your gorilla form more than your actual form? Because you look epic when you got your natural form on. So what the hell, bro? Why exactly you're doing that? But I guess I don't really have to judge. It's not that bad, I'm guessing. I don't know. I just thought that his actual form and not transformed form was really cool. So yeah, they fight it out, and Mirage decides to go and take on Scourge because he can turn into multiple versions of himself. He can make multiple Mirages of himself, and that could help. I'm guessing every Autobot has a unique power or something, I'm guessing. But they all can shoot, though. Yeah, so, they're fighting shit. Everything is going down badly. Scourge almost kills Mirage. And then, to save the day, Bumblebee steps into it. Don't call it a comeback. Yeah, at least that's what he says. That was weird. No, it was not weird. It was cool, because he jumps out of the sky, and he lands up, and he kills a lot of people, which is Bumblebee and his shtick. He's really cool. He's one of the greatest. I would say that Bumblebee can beat Optimus Prime's ass. Optimus Prime just has the name, okay? Oh my god, it's the legendary Optimus Prime. But Bumblebee, he owns shit, okay? He fights more than Optimus Prime does. So I would say that the leader, we can give leader to Optimus Prime, but Warrior, we give Warrior Prime to Bumblebee. Because Bumblebee's the man. He the man. He the man. He the man on a man on a man. That's not good. So yeah, the fight's going on. Mirage merges with Julio. That's racist too. Fuck. He merges with the protagonist, and then they try to fight Scourge. But he also gets joined in by Optimus Prime, and he gets to save the day because they beat the shit out of them, and everything is amazing. Now, honestly, there were a lot of parts of this movie that are not forgettable, but I can't mention them because I'm in such a hurry. But I will say this, it ended on a note that stated that Unicron was not forgotten, okay? He's gonna come back eventually, and when he does, there's gonna be a lot more to answer for. And probably new villains, because Scourge was killed by Optimus Prime as promised, and no one can really do anything about that. Now, what I will say is that the Transformers movie was not that bad. It was amazing. I mean, I feel like if you're gonna make a Transformer movie, it's hard to take out the Optimus Prime speech and one particular Transformer dying. So, yeah, I guess they nailed it, okay? And from what I've heard, it's doing great in the box office, better than some other movies, which is quite a shame, actually, because some people were thinking that The Flash was going to put Ezra Miller back on the spotlight, but to me it still sucks, and I made a review about that, and I've spoken vehemently about how it sucks. Anyway, so you can know more about it later. I mean, you already know about it, or if you can go watch it. It's down there somewhere or up there, I don't really know. The order changes with every sector. Anyways, yeah, it ends on a high hold. The good guys save the day. Scourge dies, his minions die, in epic ways, because every Transformer movie has to have epic fight scenes. That's a norm. It's supposed to happen. And things are supposed to explode too. I was afraid that we were gonna get a love interest and love sparking between the main protagonist and the girl. But that did not happen. Thank God. I don't think I can stomach a romance in the midst of all that fire and explosion. And betrayals too, because the air razor part really got to me, guys. Like, I was really sad. Super sad. Extremely sad. Anyway, that's going to be it from Young Titan. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie as well. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the movie and what you think should have been done to make it an even better movie. I honestly think that they should have put in one particular character, but I've forgotten his name. But he's green and he's gigantic and he can throw like a ball. So that's cool. I wish they could have put him in, but they didn't. I mean, it's not exactly funny. Bumblebee's hella funny. I mean, his lines are so cool. And they're from radios. It even makes it more epic. That's like his calling card. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for listening. 1.2k plays. That is a lot. As for my other content, I just like to say thank you, because we reached 400 subscribers on YouTube. The channel is Young Titan World, and I would appreciate your love if you could go and subscribe there. I'm planning on putting my episodes on YouTube as well. So not only would you be having audio, but you'll be having video as well. I mean, not 100% my face, but, you know, just to have an immersive experience of these podcasts and to make it a lot more engaging than just hearing my voice, which is super sexy, and I know. Just joking, or am I? Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll check back with you with a new one. I'll be doing Dickinson Season 2, iCarly Season 2, and I guess Dickinson Season 3? You're just gonna have to check that out later. So, until then, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you guys have done. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, Young Titan out. Thanks for listening.